Hey everybody, it's time for Word Problem Day. Hooray, we love word problems. It's lesson 27 in Module 4. We are getting near to the end here. So a lot of word problems to help you practice the skills that we have been working on for the last many lessons. In fact, this whole module. So let's put everything together and see what you know. All right, jump right in. No notes for today because it's just word problems. Mrs. Silverstein bought 3 mini cakes for a birthday party. She cuts each cake into quarters and plans to serve each guest 1/4 of a cake. How many guests can she serve with all her cakes? Draw a picture to support your response. Now, I always want to make like cake pictures like this, 3 cakes. Mathematically, it's always kind of hard to make the quarters the same, but you can certainly do this for fun if you want. But typically, this would be like a tape diagram and then making the 3 cakes with the 4 quarters. And so you can do it either way. I don't really care. Next year, if you're doing it this way, I don't know, your teacher might say, what are you making? A cake. You can just answer, a cake. So anyway, so this is your picture that you're drawing, and now we just have to figure out how to divide it. So I have 3 cakes, and that's my whole. You can also do one tape diagram and call it 3, and say 1, 2, 3, and then each one is divided into 4 parts. This also works. Okay, and so how many of these do you have? And so that's basically the question. So we're taking 3 things and we're dividing it into fourths. And what I always say is to put your whole number in a fraction over 1. Keep this first thing, change the sign when you're dividing only, not multiplying, not adding, not subtracting. Dividing only. Keep it and then multiply by the reciprocal, because you know that if you find the number big enough for you to divide with, so if I did 3 over 1 divided by 1/4, I can't divide 1 by 4. So I would have to multiply this by its scale factor of 4/4. And then that would give me 12/4, and then I could finally divide by 1/4. Okay, so this is one way, but this is the fast way. And so this will give you the 12 servings that you need. And this one, this would get you back to 12/4 divided by 1/4 equals 12 and 1 and 12. And so either way, you can end up with the proper amount of servings. But I much prefer this way. At some point, I am just going to stop doing this because, I don't know, it's a little annoying. Okay, Mr. Pham, let's do number 2, has 1/4 pan of lasagna left in the refrigerator. Yum, lasagna, love lasagna. 1/4 of the pan is left. He wants to cut the lasagna into equal slices so that he can have it for dinner for 3 nights. How much lasagna will he eat each night? Draw a picture to support your response. So we have our 1/4 right here. That's your vertical shading. We're going to divide it into 3 pieces so that he can have it for 3 nights. So basically, it's 1/4 is all you have. Okay, this is my whole divided by 3. Put your 3 in a fraction over 1 so that you can have, this is my whole, and this is how many shared nights. Okay, so that you understand what's happening there. Keep the first, change the sign, multiply by the reciprocal, and he will get 1/12 piece each night. Okay, and that is when you have your opposite shading, and this is the piece that you're talking about, 1/12. So 1/12 is what he's going to have. Yeah, and then you don't have to cook. What a blessing. Hooray! All right, let's move forward. And, perimeter. The perimeter of a square is 1/5 of a meter. So if you have a square, now there are a couple of things you need to know about a square. First of all sides are equal. So whatever this is the total, okay? I need to find the distance around this square. That's what perimeter is, but it's going to be in equal pieces, okay? So basically I want to take 1/5 of a meter and divide that by the 4 sides. Okay, now you can put this in a fraction over 1 and then keep it, change the sign, multiply by the reciprocal, and get 1/20 of a meter for each side. That is not the only way you can do it. There are so many different ways you can do it. You can do like division. You can change 1/5 into a decimal this way. Like I need a scale factor of 2 and then get 2/10 and then turn it into a decimal. And you can take your 2/10 and divide that by 4. But it's just, more work. And it's like, why? Because I can just multiply by the reciprocal. Okay, so here, let's take our 1/20 of a meter, and we're going to convert this. So if I have 1/20 of a meter, what does that equal in centimeters? Okay, and again, a couple different ways. You have to know, use that page 167 for reference, and remember that a meter has 100 centimeters in it. You can do 1 meter equals 100 centimeters. You can do the decimal value and talk about if you have 20, let's see, take our 20, sorry, let's do our 2/10 and divide by 4. I'm just going to show you a couple things here. So if you take your 20/100ths and you divide by 4 sides so that you have a decimal value, you can do 5 times 4 is 20, and then you would get 5/100ths for the length of each side. And so then what you can do is, instead of having fractions, let's say you wanted to do 0.05, that's another way. And times 1 meter. Remember how to do the conversion. Times what is this in the equivalent amount, and then that would be 5/100ths times 100, and then you get 5 centimeters. Okay, and then also if you wanted to do a tape diagram, you can take your 1 meter and you can divide it into 5 sections. Sorry, they're not the same. And so then this is the total perimeter. So many things you can do, but basically your answer is that 5 centimeters is each side. If I have more time, this is kind of a long lesson. I could come back and show you more ways to work on that. Okay, a pallet holding 5 identical crates weighs 1/4 of a ton. How many tons does each crate weigh? 5 crates, and the total is 1/4 of a ton. Again, refer back to page 167 to see that a ton is 2,000 pounds. So make a tape diagram. And I like to kind of convert things before I do them, but a lot of students are, now that they're getting better about working things through, they'll convert later. So make your 1/4 ton, and it's 5 crates. And how many tons does each crate weigh? There you go. So if you look at a ton, 1 ton, let's do it here, try to do it left to right, that equals 2,000 pounds. So if I have 1/4 of a ton, it's basically breaking 2,000 pounds into 4 pieces, which is 500 pounds per quarter ton. So you can look at this and say, this is 500 pounds. And if I have, let's say, take the 1/4 and divide it into 5 pieces. And 5 is a whole number, so you can put that over 1, and then you can keep this, and you can multiply by the reciprocal and end up with 1/20 of a ton. And there's, but wait, there's more. There's actually part B up on top of the next page. So this is your tape diagram. This is kind of helping us along to get our 1/20 of a ton. But let's kind of move it over. I'll kind of float back and forth if I need to. How many pounds does each crate weigh? So I'm going to take our 1/20 of a ton, and we're really going to get, let's see, 500 pounds, which is our converted amount. 1/4 of a ton equals 500 pounds. Okay, so that's this, 500 pounds. And I'm going to divide it into the 5 pieces. And so that's really just 500 divided by 5. And so that makes 100 pounds. That one's pretty easy if you just set it up like this. You can do 1/4 of 2,000 pounds to get your 500. If you wanted to work out the fraction, pounds, and then there's your 2,000 divided by 4, and then that would be your 500 pounds, LB, and that's where you get that. You can also do your 1/20 of a ton, which is what I think, oh no, I left that on the other one, equals how many pounds. And then do the 1/20 times 1 ton. You can do the equivalent amount. And then 1 equals 1 times 2,000 over 20. And the zeros cancel out. And then this is really just 200 divided by 2, which is where you get the 100 pounds. So lots of different things you can do to show how to break it down and get the pounds for each crate. Okay, all right, let's try another one. Faye has 5 pieces of ribbon, each 1 yard long, so she has 5 yards of ribbon. She cuts each ribbon into 6ths. How many 6ths will she have after cutting all the ribbons? So let's take, we can look at this in terms of the whole 5 yards and each one. So if you take the 1 yard, each 1 yard, how many, that's not the fraction, I want to convert that so badly. And we can take our 5 yards. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Each 1 yard, she cuts each ribbon. This is 1 ribbon. Okay, and this is all the ribbons. She cuts each ribbon into 6ths. There's half. 4, 5, 6. And then if you want to look at it this way, this is what that's looking like. Okay, so here's 1, and here is 1 out of 5, because remember, she has a whole bunch. So how many 6ths will she have after cutting all the ribbons? So if you look at each one as 1/6, 1/6, 1/6, 1/6, 1/6, 1/6, then how many are in each one? That's 6 sixths. Okay, that's what makes the whole thing. So if I have 6 sixths here, and then I also have 6 sixths here, etc., okay, then I have a lot of sixths. If I have 5 yards divided by 1/6, okay, into all these little sixths, then I have 5 multiplied by the reciprocal, and you can see how many you have. Okay, So I have 30 pieces. And that's really 30 sixths. If I added up all these sixths, it'd be 6 times 5, and I would have 30 sixths. And then when you divide that, you get 5, which is, yes, that's what I have. Remember that a tape diagram is a part to whole relationship. So it's showing you all the parts. So anyway, that's how many pieces, and she will have 30 sixths altogether. And that's really what they're asking you up here. 30 pieces equal 30 sixths. Like there. Okay? All right, but there's more. But there's more. How long will each of the sixths be in inches? Now here's where you can take your 1 yard equals 36 inches, and hopefully you know that 1 yard is 3 feet. Each foot is 12 inches. 12 times 3 is 36. Sometimes it's hard for me to slow my brain down. Oh, not that it's that fast. I'm not trying to brag. Nope. The old brain, let's just say. The advanced in age brain. That I already know this, and so then I sometimes just put in my conversion. But basically it's 12 times 3 because that's where you get the 36 inches for the yard. Or you can look at page 167 and check it out there. So if I take the 36 inches for 1 yard and I want to show what each one is, then I'm going to divide each 1 yard of 36 inches into the 6 pieces. So that makes 6 inches per sixth. Okay, hopefully that's clear. It's basically just 36 divided by 6 to give you 6. Okay, all right, let's move on because there's more. Oh, wait, there's more. A glass pitcher is filled with water. 1/8 of the water is poured equally into 2 glasses. 1/8 of the water is poured equally into 2 glasses. What fraction of the water is in each glass? So if we take the pitcher and it's in 8 pieces, so split this. This is the, we don't have like a number here that says, oh, it's this many ounces, so I'm just going to say this is the pitcher. Okay, it's filled with water, 1/8 of the water. Okay, so here's the pitcher, and it's broken into 8 pieces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, but it's broken equally into 2 glasses, ... Okay, what fraction of the water is in each glass? Okay, so I have 2 of these. Now look at what would happen if I continued to make equal sized pieces. I think you can see the answer, but we're still going to do the math. So it's 1/8 that's divided by 2. 1/8 divided into the 2 pieces. Keep this, multiply by the reciprocal, and you get 1/16 of the water in each glass. Okay, now that's your fraction. But of course, there's more. If each glass has 3 fluid ounces of water in it, so if this is a glass, then this is 3 ounces. How many fluid ounces of water were in the full pitcher? Now we're working our way back. A couple different ways you can do it. You can look and see that there are 16 pieces for 1, so you can do 16 times 3. That's what I would do. 6 times 3 is 18, and then 3 times 1 is 3 plus 1 is 4, and so 48 ounces are in the pitcher. Some kids might want to do 3 plus 3 is 6. 6 times 8 is 48. That's totally fine. You can do that too. It's really up to you. Not going to hassle you on that one. And finally, the last one. But wait, there's more still. Water in the pitcher. If 1/4 of the remaining water, okay, is poured out of the pitcher to water a plant, 1/4 of the remaining, we've got to find out what's remaining. How many cups of water are left in the pitcher? So if you look at the, let's see, the pitcher, we have the already poured out, and so we're really left with 7/8. So we need 1/4 of what's left. Let me go back up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This here is what's left. I should probably make another tape diagram so you can see it in here. Gosh, that's a crooked one. That is so crooked. Yikes. Okay, there's our 48 ounces. This one is poured out already. Poured. Okay, so what we're really interested in is this part. This is the 7/8. Okay. And so we need 1/4 of that. So that's where we get our expression here, 1/4 of 7/8. And if I multiply 1/4 of 7/8, I get 7/32. Okay, but that's not cups. That is a fraction. So what I need to know is how many ounces are going to be here. How many cups are left? Do I need cups? No, I don't need ounces. I need cups. So let's see. We'll take our 48 ounces. And why don't we subtract, each one of these is 6. Let's take out the one that's subtracted. So I'm going to end up with 42 ounces. And then I'm going to take 42 ounces and put that into fourths so that I can see. I am going to 1/4 of the, oh, there go the lights. Hello, I'm still here. Don't leave. Okay, anyway. If 1/4 of the remaining water is poured out of the pitcher to water a plant, this is for the plant, then I need the 1/4 of 42 for that, if that's what they're asking, but how many cups of water are left? So what we're really interested in is this. Now, what is the fraction that goes with that? That's 3/4. So if you want to know about the plant, or if a problem asks about this part, then find 1/4 of 42. But as it is, they're asking us about the 3/4 of the 42. Now this one I would want to simplify because both of these are even. So 3 times 42 over 4. 40 is a multiple, an exact multiple of 4, so it's not going to work for me because it's 42, but I will use 2. So 4 divided by 2 is 2. 42 divided by 2 is 21. And that's going to give us 63 over 2, which then I can simplify, or I got to divide here. 2 goes into 6 3 full times. 2 goes into 3 1 full time with 1 left over. And that, my friends, is ounces. Now that we have our 31.5 ounces, because this is ounces, we need to change to cups. So I'm kind of out of room, so I'm going to work backwards to the left. Actually, I'm going to change this, move it up for you. 48 minus 6 is 42. Make it nice and pretty. And then we'll take our 31.5 ounces and say, how many cups is that? So now we're left with a conversion problem. Okay, not bad. We totally know how to do this. Aren't you glad you are a subscriber so you can get these fun videos all the time? 31.5 times 1 ounce, because we multiply by 1 of the old. Then you multiply the same number by the equivalent of the new. So what is an ounce compared to a cup? Well, it's 1/8, and there are liquid measures and then there are pounds, and so there are 8 ounces to a cup. This is liquid measure, okay? So we know what our improper fraction was for this, so I'm going to put it back, 63 halves times 1/8, and that's going to give us, I'm not going to cross cancel because 63 is an odd number, over 16. And 16 can go into 63. If you want to set up your long division, you can. Trust me. Let's see. 24 to 3. And 16 times 3 is 48. Difference is going to be 15/16 of a cup. And that is the final answer, the final. So lots of calculating on part C. There are probably other ways you can do it. I just am like following my own thinking as I go through here. And so I hope this is helpful. Oops, there you go. I hope it's helpful. And then you can copy that and have a fantastic day. And I will see you guys on the next video. Become a subscriber and see all these fun videos every day. No, not every day. Almost every day. Bye now.